Hello everyone and welcome to our next lesson. Today's creativity prompt is to fill an entire page with nothing but scribbles using different colored markers. Now, this might seem like a simple and really basic kind of prompt, but when you actually get to it, there are so many different things that you could do with something like this. So my take on it is going to be filling this entire page with nothing but my markers from all different colors that I have here, and then adding a little bit of watercolors on top of that. And I'm going to be doing this to show you how to create your own decorative paper that you can use in other types of art projects later. So to get started, of course, you are going to need some markers. And I have so many different colors here. They are just crazy, and I just love going through all the different ones. So you're just going to want to pick out several different colors, and I'm just going to grab a whole bunch of them. I don't think yellow is going to show up very well, and I think I'd rather have a darker orange, and then I guess I'll choose blue. And so those are pretty much the ones that I think I will use today. So I'm just going to move the rest of these off to the side. Now you don't have to choose as many colors as I did here, but I wanted to really just go crazy with all of the different scribbles that I'm going to be doing today. So really for this part, you don't have to put any particular rhyme or reason into what you do. If you just want to do a whole bunch of random scribbles and just get it all over the page, you totally can. Or you could do something completely different. And let's see, I think that I am going to make some stripes. All right, so there's one start, and let's see, maybe I will use my green and color in between every single one of my stripes. Or you could choose a different color and draw some simple shapes and patterns all the way across. And then change it up and do something different. If you happen to be going out of a art journal like me and using a book page, you could even do something kind of like this and just circle every single word. So the whole purpose of creating a page like this is to create your own, I like to call them chaos layers. And the whole idea of creating chaos layers is that you just keep on adding all kinds of different crazy scribbles or crazy colors, one right on top of the other, and you don't think too much about what you're doing. You're just throwing on all these different types of designs. And then after that, you'll use these different pages and you can take them apart and use them for decorative paper in some of your mixed media art, or you could use them as backgrounds for other projects. So since I have actually started with a whole bunch of different designs, I think what I'm going to do is divide them into different quadrants. So this one will be the one that focuses on the words and circling all my different words and then bringing out all the color all the way around. This one will be the one for my different stripes that all go down on this section here. This one will be my completely crazy chaos layer. And all I'll do on this one is layer on a whole bunch of different scribbles without rhyme or reason. And then this one will be just a simple stripy one that goes all the way down and back and forth with my different colors. So it is completely up to you. You don't have to put any rhyme or reason to what you create, or you can make it more simple and add pretty patterns. You can add polka dots or stripes. But I'm just showing you a bunch of different ways that you could create your own personal decorative paper or background chaos layer. All right, so now that I have all my scribbles down on my paper, I'm actually going to start taking my watercolors and add even more details. So first of all, I am going to go ahead and leave this as is. I'm not going to add any watercolors because I really love how all the colors are just blurring together on this one. However, I am going to go ahead and add some to these. So I'm going to take my blue and I'm going to paint all the in-between stripes. And now I'm going to do the same with my yellow. I'm going to take a little bit of that. And I'm actually just going to paint right over the top of my green that I already did so that some of the yellow mixes in with the green and with the blue and gives it a more overlapping color look. As you can see right about here, all the yellow is starting to mix with the blue, and it adds kind of just a neat little touch, just to give it more details here and there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint some colors all around my little shapes here. And I think I'll use some pink for that. And actually, I'm just going to like dollop my color in there. Then immediately I'm going to take a tissue and dab up some of those colors there. So now all my shapes are starting to look blurry and the colors are starting to mesh together. But that is what I'm going for. Like I said, I really want a messy, crazy, chaos look. And after that, I'm going to take my white and just get some of that together. I'm just going to go right over the top. And so now all my colors are blurring together and looking really crazy and messy. But that's what I'm going for, because with these chaos layers, you're wanting a whole bunch of different layered looking colors. And with my bubbles here, I could just stick with drawing bubbles all across the page, but I think instead I'm going to dip my brush in a much lighter green, and I'm going to go in between the bubbles and wherever it's not surrounding the words. Just going to add some color here and there. All right, so now at this point you can leave it as is, but since I decided to go for 4 different types of this decorative paper, I am actually going to take just an ordinary marker or a Sharpie or a paint pen, just whatever you have on hand. And I'm going to take a ruler here and just kind of make sure it gets aligned correctly. I'm just going to draw a quick line across my page, just helping to differentiate my different patterns. All right, and just by adding these lines, I wanted to help differentiate the different patterns that I created and make them look a little bit more sectioned off for different things that I'll use for them later. And so again, you can just create these in however way you want. If you want to do it on regular copy paper and use them to create your own decorative paper, you can. Or since I put mine in my art journal, I'm going to use these for different art pieces later as my background. And so we can't wait to see yours.